Welcome all to our Wargroove puzzle series. So I've been working through these puzzles and I noticed on YouTube there are a lot of videos showing solutions to the puzzles, but so far I haven't seen any that actually walk you through the logic of how to solve the puzzles.
Yeah.
So this video is going to be aimed at people who are having trouble with these puzzles and they want to figure out how to get better at solving the puzzles themselves. So we will begin with Enmity, the first puzzle. And the first thing that I notice about this puzzle is the trebuchet. And the reason the trebuchet sticks out is because it can only move or attack each turn. It cannot do both. And since this is a one-turn puzzle, we're not worried about it moving. All it can do, the only way it can be effective, is to attack what's in range, and there's only one guy in range. So that's the play for the trebuchet right there, because that's all it can do to be effective. That guy cleared limits the possibilities a little. And next we're going to want to see who's in range to attack the commander. So let's start with our commander. She, as you'll see, is not in range. She cannot reach the commander. The only thing she can reach is this guy, this pikeman. And so that's probably going to be the play for her, because that's the only way she can be effective. This swordsman, he is well in range of the commander. He can attack from any of these three tiles here, doing 15% damage. This knight up here can move 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he could attack the commander from here if we got rid of this pikeman, that's blocking his way. This knight over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, would be able to attack the commander from here, which, as you'll notice, is the same tile as our knight up here would be able to attack from. So now we have a conflict. Only one of these knights can attack the commander, and we have to choose which one will do it. And the way we're going to decide that is who would do more damage, and also who will we actually be able to get there and still kill the commander. So now we want to start looking at crit conditions. So the crit condition for the knight is it needs to move 6 spaces before it attacks. Or it needs to move 6 spaces between where it starts and where it attacks from, to be more specific. So this knight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, would only move 5 spaces before it attacks. That would not be a crit. This knight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, would move 6 spaces before attacking, so it would do a critical attack on the commander, which is 50% extra damage. Which means we would prefer that this top knight be the one to attack the commander. And, as it so happens, we need to get rid of this pikeman, and that's the only target in range for Sigrid, but she only does 70% attacking the pikeman, which is a problem that will not one-shot it. And we don't want to have to waste this swordsman's attack on him because we want him attacking the commander. So here's where we need to notice that Sigrid has her groove up. And if we check in the codex what Sigrid's groove does, it drains all health from an enemy unit. How convenient. So if we, instead of normal attacking this pikeman, move Sigrid next to him, and Vampiric Touch,
So hungry!
then she will one-shot that pikeman. Which means our knight's path is now clear, and he can attack that commander for 45% damage, which is a lot. And we're going to go ahead and do that. So now that has limited our swordsman to attacking from the mountains or from the trees. And to decide which one of those we want to do, we'll check the crit conditions for the swordsman, which is when adjacent to a commander. So we would prefer, since our commander is here, to attack from the trees. He will crit from there doing 23, whereas he would only do 15% from the mountains. So that's an extra 50% again. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to want to do, but let's check what the rest of our units can do. So this knight can no longer reach the commander. Its only useful option is to kill this archer, and that's going to be great because that archer is blocking this mage's path to the commander. So let's kill that archer. It's the only thing the knight can really do. And now, our mage can reach the commander and do a whopping 38% damage. And the reason that's so much is, first off, the mage is a high damage unit, and second, he's attacking from these trees. And if we check the crit condition for the mage, he crits when the tile that he's attacking from has a defense of 3 or higher. And trees have a defense of 3. So he is going to crit for 38. We'll go ahead and do that. And that leaves 17% health on the commander. That 23% crit from the swordsman will finish her off. And that's a dead Tinnery. So, for all of these puzzles, you want to pay attention to who can reach the commander and then who is best suited to attack the commander, and that's going to depend on the type of unit. You can see in the codex that different units will do different amounts of damage to a commander, and to all other units as well. So knights are really good for attacking commanders, particularly when they are 6 spaces away to crit. Your commander will obviously do a lot of damage to the commander. Trebuchets will do a lot of damage to the commander. Other stuff like rangers will do very little. So you'll want to check that stuff in the codex. And make sure that you're getting the crits as much as possible. Because that's an extra 50 to 100% damage, depending on the unit. So that's the logic for puzzle 1. Let's move on to number 2.